diary. Wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves. To get there, we have to pass through the Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars. I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me. It's crazy, I know. I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter. But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that. My job, that's what. I'm the official lookout of Melee Island, appointed by Governor Squinky Thriftweed himself. It's my job to keep an eye out for storms, incoming ships, and so on, and report them directly to the governor. Well, usually his guards nowadays. Your ship. No offense, but that's barely a rowboat compared to the sort of ships made famous by the legend of Monkey Island. Ha! Your ship. The Sea Monkey. Well, now, that was a ship worth talking about. A fearless crew, a gallant captain, and the largest cereal supply you've ever seen. I don't so much care for chatting with the folks in town. Most of them just sit around telling tales about the legend of Monkey Island. I'd just as soon tend them a fire and stay out of trouble. But if you're looking for excitement, you should stop by the Scum Bar if you haven't. Here's a little free advice, though, chum. Stay out of the way of the governor's guards. No, I know they may seem harmless, but... Nope, I don't trust them. Not one bit. You what? A ship, you say? Ooh, this could be serious. Now, are you sure you saw a ship out there?
Aye? You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today. Sorry, but on some topics I just get carried away. Aye. 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 Aye.
Where's that blasted cook? Me crew and I are parched drier in Boulder Beach.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in town? That's the stupidest question I've ever heard. Why, this is the world-famous Melee Island, of course. Home to some of the filthiest rogues and rascals you'll ever cross paths with. Though if I were you, I'd not stray too far beyond the village. The weather's taken an awful turn tonight. A stranger could get lost in that pea soup. Oh, plenty of places to spend your pieces of 8. Though I'd wager most will be closed at this hour. Except maybe the general store. That old skinflint never sleeps. Then there's the old jail, the church. But if you ask me, there's nowhere better than this very pub. Why not sit for a spell and soak it all in? Well, I am a pirate, but alas, I am not a captain. Truth be told, I haven't been out on the waves for many a month. It all began when that LeChuck business forced us back to shore. Once, he was the terror of the Caribbean, roaming the seas on his fearsome ghost ship until he was scuppered by the legend of Monkey Island. Oh, not what. Who? I'm talking about the most fearless felon to ever don a captain's hat and sail straight into the waiting maw of death itself. Guybrush Threepwood. Once we heard what had happened to LeChuck, most of us pirates chose to retire. There's no point trying to compete with the legend of Monkey Island. Our governor is none other than the legend of Monkey Island himself. He keeps this whole area prosperous for his fellow pirates. His mansion is on the other side of town, but pirates aren't as welcome around there as they used to be. Because the governor's a busy man, that's why. Caught up writing his memoirs. It's the most pre-ordered book ever published on Melee Island. Come to think of it, it's also the first book ever published on Melee Island. But that just makes it even more exciting. I'm buying 9 copies. You should talk to the important-looking pirates in the next room. If you're to stand any chance of seeing the governor, they can tell you where to go and what to do. My name is Mancom Seepgood. What of who? Never heard of it. And I've sailed as far as Dinky Island. But Melee Island is the place to be nowadays. Thanks to the governor. Now that you're here, you should relax and take a load off. Uh-oh. Looks like my grog is going flat, so you'll have to excuse me. Maybe not on this sea of thieves you're so proud of, but in these parts, we prefer a beverage with a little extra kick to it. Kerosene, red dye #2. If you're brave enough to try some for yourself, we usually sneak ours out of the big barrel in the kitchen. You can join us in a toast to the legend of Monkey Island.
Is that fresh meat I spy? Tremble, mortal, before the mighty skulls of scum!
It's been longer than a rat's tail since I last set me sockets on a would-be pirate, though I could swear we've crossed paths before. But never mind all that. You'll be here to undertake the 3 trials, I'll wager.
The 3 trials!
Aye, that takes me back. I want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat?
Well, if you're here to prove your worth to us, too bad. We're no longer in charge around here.
Aye, and what would be the point? There's not a pirate wannabe alive who could hold a candle to the legend of Monkey Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
The mightiest pirate ever weigh anchor!
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories, master of 1,000 insults.
A man who could hold his breath for 60 minutes!
Governor Guybrush
Threepwood!
All that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Time for some more grog! Grog, 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 grog!
Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Because it's the rules, that's why. Customers stay out front, where they can't mess everything up. Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I'm trying to work on a signature dish. I want something fiery and hearty, tough yet tender. Just like the legend of Monkey Island himself. Too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients. Meat stew. When I can find the time to spice the meat, chop the veg, and add this special ingredient like I was told. Sure enough, the lady from the Mojo shop stopped by before the governor's guards closed her down with a box of root beer sprinkles. She told me to add them to the grog and anything I cooked to provide us all protection against insidious supernatural threats or something. Don't know why, but I hate to see good grub go to waste, and they don't taste half bad, so into the cooking pot with them. Can't help you there. I've just hired a new assistant, and they should be starting today, assuming they show up for work. Don't know what the delay is all about, but I hope they remember to pick up their uniform from the general store. I've had it reserved all week. Of course it matters. Cooking's a messy business, and you need to look the part. I just hope they get here soon. I'm rushed off my feet as it is.
soon as they arrive, I'm going on my break. Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go helping yourself. It's the expensive, extra-strong Governor's Special Reserve. I got a batch of it in stock in case the Legend of Monkey Island ever stops by for a drink. Think of all the tourists he'd attract. But you need a strong stomach for the stuff, or you'll be out cold before long. Anyway, forget about all that. And don't touch anything. Hey, don't touch that!
Sorry, but these items here, they're display models, not for sale. Hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island action figures are hot property. My latest shipment got sunk down at the docks just as it arrived. Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet ticket, one of which I just so happen to have. Only one in existence. But I can tell just by looking at you that you can't afford such a sought-after item. Maybe we can work out some kind of deal. Tell you what, if you can bring me my missing cargo, I'll not only give you the ticket free of charge, I'll be able to sell you some other mementos. Deal? Deal. Now, get going. Hey now, supplies of the Legend of Monkey Island figurine set are still limited, so there's a long waiting list, and your name is not even on it. Hands off.
Oh, those poor doggies. I can't help it. There's just something about these guys that cracks me up. Well, it's very sad, actually. The Governor's guard dogs get tormented by the guards, you see. They've lost all the fire in their little bellies. I bet if they scarfed down a hearty meal, they'd soon be back to their nasty old selves. Of course we do. My favorite is the old top-up trick. What you do, see, you wait for your shipmate to get distracted. Then you pour some grog from your tankard into theirs without them catching you. They'll be snoring before you know it. That's when you sneak away and leave them to foot the bill.
Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabes looking for easy answers. I highly doubt it. The governor hired a man to wind the mechanism, but most days he falls asleep in the scum bar and forgets. He's going to lose the clock tower key one of these days, and then, well, I suppose not much will actually change around here. It's always grog o'clock. Ah, night owl, eh? Well, the general store's a little ways down the high street, but the storekeeper charges a pretty penny for his wares. Well then, here's a little tip from me to you. Pirates can't help but squirrel away their spare change. It's sort of what you might call one of those compulsive reflexes. You should check all the crates and barrels you find. You never know when you'll stumble upon someone else's pieces of eight. Of course we are! Salty old pirates through and through. But on Melee Island, that's to be expected. Most folks don't bat an eyelid at day-to-day skullduggery and the occasional keel hauling. Now, the really rotten apples, they get taken to the town jail. That old place has seen better days, though. I'm amazed the walls haven't collapsed. They say the governor hired someone to fix up the place. Last time I saw him, he was having an argument with the guards. Some kind of pay dispute. They didn't want to. Eventually, they dragged him away and there was a ruckus. Lots of screaming and falling and such like. The poor sap never even got to pack away his tools.
You lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. We know pretty much everything that happens here on Melee Island. At this time of night, well, probably the only place with an open kitchen would be the Scum Bar. But good luck getting inside. The chef's a real stickler for the rules. If you're not the new assistant cook he's hired, you aren't getting anywhere near the cooking pot. Well, you could try begging a gunpowder gummy off of one of the governor's guards, but it might be the last thing you ever chew. Up by the island lookout, no question. There's a pathway that leads to him just outside of the village. If the weather weren't so strange lately, you'd be able to see all the way across the island. Not much reason to head up there, though, unless you're planning to swindle a few pieces of eight out of the lookout. Yeah, then you're in luck. A ship full of valuables went down in the harbor here not so long ago. Of course, even if you could find a way to raise its cargo up out of the water, you'd need the proper tools to crack it open. Some parts of the town are still being renovated. Who knows? Maybe you can swipe what you need.
I don't think so, stranger. This ain't Wally's Duff Map Shop no more, and that means it's off limits to the likes of you. Gubernatorial guards only. And since I don't see no uniform, and you also look like you're alive, I'm thinking that means you ain't exactly a guard. So sing your hook.
Wait just a second. By order of the governor, mischievous potions and all forms of mojo magic are now banned here on Melee Island. That means this shop is permanently closed for business. Get it? Now move along.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. Keep your hands off the display cases. I just polished them. Well, all my wares are right here on display, save for the reserve stuff. Feel free to browse around, but don't touch anything. You don't suppose correctly. I deal in pieces of 8, just like everybody else here on Melee Island. And before you ask, no, I don't offer credit. Find me some silver or you'll be going home empty-handed. Nice try, but I don't think so. This is a general store, not a pawnbroker. Well, money's still money no matter what time it is. Besides, leaving your store unattended on an island full of pirates is usually considered a bad idea. You have no idea how many swords, shovels, and other nautical accessories I had go missing when I was out running my errands. Now, there was a time when I might have taken a moonlight stroll to go and see. Wait! That's nobody else's business. Huff! Oh, so you're the new cook for the Scum Bar. Nice job burning down that cargo ship. Well, the costume was never paid for, so if you still have a job to go to, you'll need to settle the bill. Now, you best hurry before somebody else makes me an offer. There's a chest over there you can use to change clothes. Free of charge for paying customers. What? Turn my back so you can pocket whatever's in my safe? Whew, you must think I was born yesterday.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Want to see something hilarious? There's a pack of piranha poodles in this alley that can't stand the sound of this thing. Watch. Oh, what's the matter? Can't you reach your lovely bony din-dins? All right, that's enough, you mangy mutts. Go lay down. I said that's enough. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches. So get used to it. Now move along and don't start any trouble. I'm on break.
And where do you think you're going? Yeah, you and everyone else on the island. The governor's mansion is off limits to anyone who hasn't got an official invitation. Especially unwanted admirers like you. If you can't show me something to prove you're expected, you can turn right back around and skulk off like all the other pirate wannabes. Clear?
Are you a visitor? It's been so long since I've had anyone but Captain Coco to talk to. Oh, there was a little misunderstanding after I came back from Monkey Island. I came in a little too fast and smashed up the jetty pretty bad. But it wasn't my fault! You ever try to sail a galleon crewed entirely by monkeys? They emptied out my bananas, ran off, and left me to take the blame! Sure have, but it's okay. I'm good friends with the legend of Monkey Island. I was even on his crew once. I'm sure he'll be along to let me out, just as soon as he's finished his important, you know, governor stuff. Yep, anytime now. And it's not like I'm alone this time. Captain Coco and I keep one another company. If he didn't have me to talk to, he'd have lost his mind by now. Where? Oh, no, that's Captain Coco. He was my first mate on our journey back from Monkey Island. Say hello, Captain Coco.
Hello.
Oh, it's simple. Captain Coco and I met back when I was stranded. Our monkey crew didn't trust me back then, so he was my only friend.
And we've been inseparable ever since.
Hey! I don't know how it is where you come from, but eating your shipmates is not okay. I'd sooner go back to snacking on rats. That would be great! But I don't know how you would. The sheriff has all the keys, and I haven't seen him since the governor's guards moved in.
I don't know, Otis. Those locks look pretty rusty. I bet you could blow them wide open.
That is a great idea! Captain Coco, you are a certified genius!
Oh, shucks, you say the nicest things. Good luck!
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish food by now. Looks like I'm back in business. This meet and greet ticket will get you an audience with the legend of Monkey Island. Only one in existence, but I'd say you've earned it.
And where do you think you're going? Oh, yeah? Let me see that. Seems genuine. Funny, I thought we'd gotten rid. Well, only one thing for it. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back and speak to my colleague after the clock strikes midnight. Like that'll happen anytime soon. That clock tower hasn't worked in years.
Hands off! That key's for official town business only.
Hey, keep your greedy hands to yourself.
Come to share a table with me? How about sharing some grog, eh?
Spiffy! Probation. Card. 3 hearts. Monkey.
What be ye wanting? Ahoy there, fancy pants. Now that's a special order. Some kind of cook uniform for the scum bar. Probably just a big apron and a silly hat, I expect, but I want rid of it. Are you buying? What be ye wanting? I assume you mean pieces of 8? That's the currency we trade in here on Melee Island, not gold or other such nonsense. The cook could have been persuaded to take you on, but he's already hired himself a new assistant, so you're out of luck there. Well, I'm sure if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll spot a few stray pieces of 8 lying around that nobody'll miss. Of course, a real pirate would notice more nefarious opportunities to fill their pockets. Now that's the sort of question I'd expect from a pirate wannabe. Melee Island is pretty much wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels. Granted, more than a few folks have retired from a life on the high seas and taken up other lines of work where they can. But pretty much everyone you'll rub shoulders with has flown the Jolly Roger at one time or another, and none of us are ashamed to admit it. Why should it? Governor Threepwood is in charge now, and there's no pirate more lawless, lethal, and larcenous than he. The days of being clapped in irons by the local sheriff are long gone, and it's all thanks to the legend of Monkey Island. What's the matter? You got seawater in your ears? Let me spell it out for you. Governor Threepwood is our legend of Monkey Island. He's been everywhere, seen it all, and stolen most of it. Adventures the rest of us can only dream of. The only way you'd be considered a true pirate is if the governor himself declared you to be worthy of following in his footsteps. Ha! Oh, you think so? You can't just stroll up to the governor's door and challenge him to a spitting contest, you know. But there is one way. A man in town can be your ticket to an audience with the governor, but his help surely won't come cheap. They say it lies east of here, but its exact location is a great mystery to all but the chosen few, including the governor and his wife, Elaine Marley. The whole of Monkey Island is surrounded by a strange mist that makes sailing there a treacherous prospect, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, really? Well, most folks tended to avoid the place once the ghost pirate LeChuck began to use Monkey Island as his pirate lair. Only the governor was brave enough to bring together a crew and make it all the way to Monkey Island to rescue his beloved bride. It's just one more reason he's held in such high regard. But I don't suppose even he knows every secret the island has to offer.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. You mean purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing? We don't allow them to operate here on Melee. The pirates gotta eat, though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. Ha! What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for supplies. If you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some supper that way. Each of us underwent the 3 trials way back when and became mighty pirates, when it was still possible for mere mortals to succeed. But since you ask, I'll let you in on a little secret. The trick of being in charge is to make yourself look important. That's why we took the best table in the house for ourselves and lined ourselves up here, all official-like. Well, there's no need to be like that about it. There's plenty of other pirates who wish they'd thought of it first. Pay him no heed or he'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be. Only when he starts up with a shanty. I never heard such a tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the best he can do on account of lacking a full set of vocal cords, but if you ask me, he's just doing it for the attention. Decided to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't miss the place. Head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower to find a cliffside path that'll take you straight to the governor's doorstep. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you've got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing, but there's one particular citizen whose specialty is finding what you need.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound. They say the name Scum comes from a language invented by one of the first and most influential pirates who dreamed of us all sharing a common speech. Some called him a genius, others a maniac. His knowledge and wisdom was passed down at a prestigious institute known as Scum University. Who can say? If it hadn't been for the drive and vision of those pirate pioneers, we might not be standing here today making such polite conversation. Tests by which a pirate might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced, spread across Melee Island. Trouble was, once word began to spread about the legend of Monkey Island and all that he'd accomplished, the trials looked pretty feeble by comparison. That we did, but no matter how dangerous, deceitful, and despicable the trials became, not one of them held a candle to the governor's heroic deeds. Eventually, nobody could manage to complete the trials, and the whole system was abandoned. Better to seek the governor's blessing. He may not look it, but Governor Threepwood has the strength and stamina of 10 men. He's the champion of both our caber tossing and spitting contest. And when it comes to his skill with a blade, his insults have flummoxed the sword master herself. Aye, that's a trick you'll get to learn if and when the governor judges you to be a worthy pirate. A devastating witticism delivered at just the right moment can throw your opponent off balance. We pirates have our pride to consider after all. Elaine Marley was her name, back before she became Mrs. Elaine Marley Threepwood. Few could win her heart back then, though many pirates tried. She was a fine leader, and just as fine a match for the legend of Monkey Island. Though there's one pirate who thought otherwise, and LeChuck was his name. That's putting it mildly. When Elaine invited him for dinner, LeChuck was instantly smitten and vowed to do whatever it took to marry her. Needless to say, the legend of Monkey Island wasn't about to stand for that. It ignited a bitter feud between the two of them. Ah, but that was a long time past now. Makes me all misty-eyed just to think about it.
What business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
I am Murray, the demonic talking skull. All pirates hear my name and tremble.
Ha! Pay no attention to that blowhard. He left his marauding days behind, along with his body.
At least I can remember my own name, not like some other skulls I could mention. And one day I shall return to the waves to unleash a new reign of chaos.
Sure you will. But for now, we provide what you might call the in-house entertainment. Telling jokes, hurling vile insults at pirate wannabes, and enthralling folks with tales of skullduggery and misdeeds.
I'm just here for the insults. You stink, ugly.
We're still workshopping some of our material.
I am no mere decoration. We are the esteemed Skulls of Scum, stars of the most disreputable tavern on Melee Island.
Aye, this be a place so foul, even the roaches have to hold their breath. The floorboards are rotten, the tankards are rusty.
And half the customers will run you through just for the fun of it. What's not to enjoy?
In all my centuries, I've never found a better place to hang my head. Excuse me. I've got something in my eye hole.
Oh, don't you dare start blubbering. You can be so embarrassing sometimes.
Well, maybe that holds true somewhere like the Sea of Thieves. But pirates in these parts hold themselves to a different standard. Time was, you could earn the approval of the pirate leaders here by completing their 3 trials. But that was then, and this is now. The only way they'll respect you is if the governor himself declares you to be a worthy pirate.
Good luck with that. Threepwood's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year. His guards keep things running smoothly.
Of course. What could happen to the legend of Monkey Island? If you ask me, he and his missus are off on some grand adventure.
And if you ask me, Threepwood's gotten himself locked in a closet somewhere. And good riddance.
Just ignore him. If anyone knows how to meet the governor, it'll be that set of salty sea dogs over yonder. If you've yet to do so, you should go and say hello. Aye, that they be. They've got their own pirate law nowadays. And his name is Governor Guybrush.
I told you not to use his name. It gives me a toothache.
You'll have to forgive Murray. He and the governor had a falling out a while back. Something to do with a missing arm.
Missing? It was an act of theft and wanton dismemberment, and one day I shall exact my demonic vengeance. Of course, these gullible fools may think of him as a legend, but I am not deceived. I have spent years plotting my retribution. However, the customers and I have formed an eternal bond. They will never let me leave, not unless someone can provide a replacement.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. That's the rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. Ultimate Collector's Edition. It's modeled on the famous contraption used by the Legend of Monkey Island. Sold out right now, though.
That's a cute stuffed toy modeled after the three-headed monkey of Monkey Island. Very popular with kids and animals, or so I'm told. That's Fresh Stock, a history book detailing the proud heritage of Melee Island and our beloved governor. Tells you everything you need to know.
Hey, hey, get your sticky fingers off my money. Don't think I don't see you. Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that. You what? A ship, you say? Ooh, this could be serious. There, I see her. I see... Ah, no, it's just a trick of the moonlight.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Can't help you there. I just don't know what the delay is all about. Of course it matters. Soon as they arrive...
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Oh, so you finally decided to show up, huh? Well, you can make yourself useful and start on the meat stew. The recipe's on the table. I'm going on my break. Don't let the customers touch anything, especially not the grog.
Come to share a table with me? How about sharing some grog, eh? Once again, my tankard seems sorely in need of replenishment. Hands off! That key's for official town business only.
Bother me right now. I would be if people didn't keep pestering me with questions. Now scram!
What business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
Don't bother me right now.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do.
business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do. Ahoy there, fancy pants.
And where do you think you're going? Oh, yeah? Let me see that. Seems genuine. Funny, I thought we'd gotten rid... Well, only one thing for it. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back and speak to my colleague after the clock strikes midnight. What the... Well, the thing is, it's, Shift change. Yeah, that's right, shift change. I can't let you through, because then my colleague, who is unfortunately delayed, would take the blame if anything happened. See? Sorry, but until my replacement arrives for an official handover, you're staying here.
Wait just a second. By order of the governor, mischievous potions and all forms of mojo magic are now banned here on Melee Island. That means this shop is permanently closed for business. Get it? Now move along.
I don't think so, stranger. And since I don't...
Gold's no good to me. If you want to buy something, you need to cough up pieces of 8. Preferably not literally. What, Parrot? Hey, that transaction has been concluded. I got my cargo, you get your chance to schmooze with the Legend of Monkey Island. Everything else will cost you. If you see something you like, just ask me about it. Nope. The Tri-Island Chamber of Commerce specifically banned gold-based transactions in case cursed currency somehow makes its way into the ecosystem. I heard there was this one ship where the crew... Well, anyway, only authentic silver pieces of 8 are legal tender on Melee Island. What do I look like, a career advisor? Come back when you've got something to spend. Oh, and before you ask, I am fresh out of treasure maps.
Those are fuses. You just put one end in something explosive, you set fire to the other end, and you put your fingers in your ears. Try not to blow yourself up, fancy pants. Keep your hands off the display cases. That's the mighty pirate sword used by the Legend of Monkey Island. Well, it's a deluxe handmade replica, anyway. I got some fresh stock coming in. Eventually.
I've got my eye on you. Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Meat stew. When I can find the time to spice the meat, chop the veg, and add this special ingredient like I was told. Sure enough, the lady from the Mojo shop stopped by before the governor's guards closed her down with a box of root beer sprinkles. She told me to add them to the grog and anything I cooked to provide us all protection against insidious supernatural threats or something. Don't know why, but I hate to see good grub go to waste, and they don't taste half bad, so into the cooking pot with them.
The three-headed monkey!
Don't be ridiculous.
You must think we were born yesterday.
You'll need to do better than that to fool us, Bone Brain.
What business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it. What business do you have?
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do. Hi there, fancy pants.
Biffy! Buyer's remorse.
Hey! I told you not to start trouble! Get back in your cage! Dummies for the lot of Root beer! Get back, you filthy flea bags! Stay away from me! Somebody save me before I go!
that skull alone, he's got a job to do. What be ye wanting?
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. Ah, pay him no heed or he'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be. Only when he starts up with a shanty, I never heard such a tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the best he can do on account of lacking a full set of vocal cords, but if you ask me, he's just doing it for the attention.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be...
business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
I am no mere decoration. We are the esteemed Skulls of Scum, stars of the most disreputable tavern on Melee Island.
Aye, this be a place so foul, even the roaches have to hope.
And half the customers will run you through just for the fun of it. What's not to enjoy?
In all my centuries, I've never...
Oh, don't you dare start blubbering.
What business do you have with us now?
Try that again, and you'll be joining the devil for supper.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Hey, I don't believe it! Freedom after all these years! Ah, the smell of the sea, the touch of the moonlight! We are free, Captain Coco! Mwah! Hooray! Now we can do all the things we ever dreamed of. Travel the world, see the pyramids.
Open a furniture store!
Well, I mean, not that. That's pretty silly, but we can start over, build new lives for ourselves. Like running a furniture store. Hey, enough with the furniture store! I didn't spend all that time locked up just to collect chairs. I want to have an adventure.
And I want to sell nested mahogany tables at affordable prices.
Hey, that's stupid!
You're stupid!
You know what? Fine. Stay here and have your stupid furniture store. I hope it makes you happy. I thought we were friends.
Hey, what are you doing? I was just getting comfortable. Although, if this is about getting to Threepwood, I'm in. I've got a score to settle, but first I'll need some kind of body. But not just any body. A magnificent body, worthy of bearing my terrifying demonic countenance on a new campaign of terror and destruction. Hey, seeing all these ghostly guards gives me an evil idea. If you can get me a new body, I could pretend to be one of them and sneak you into Threepwood's place. What do you say? There's gotta be a convenient corpse lying somewhere around here. Say, that body looks like a good fit for me. Why not let me take it for a test drive, and I'll get you to Guybrush. At last, my new reign of demonic terror can... Easy now. It's, been a while since I had limbs to worry about. All right, here we go. I'm getting the hang of this. Let's get you into that mansion. Now, marvel at my mastery of impersonation. Yarr! One of the governor's guards, I be. I be adoring the legend of Monkey Island so much, and... Oh, forget it.
Well, that about does it for my shift. You know what to do. Keep everyone out of the mansion at all costs. No exceptions.
Yeah. Do I tell you how to do your job?
You okay, Walt? You sound weird.
Oh, it's, allergies. You know, from the poodles.
Oh, right. Stupid mutts almost took a bite out of me last week.
Our diabolical scheme is working perfectly. Get up to the mansion and find Threepwood. I'll keep watch. What are you waiting for? Go find Threepwood.
So, we meet again. Then you must know why I'm here.
It's my grandfather's map, isn't it? You want to find the treasure.
Don't you see? You're the only treasure I need, Plunder Bunny. I'm here to rescue you.
My hero. Oh, you're the greatest pirate who ever lived.
Not so fast, you mutinous mud skipper. That's my bride-to-be.
I don't think so. The only thing you've got a date with is my sword.
Ha!
Go away, please. Not today, thank you. Important gubernatorial business going on. I told you no more autographs. Leave me alone. Would you be quiet? My wife is sleeping. Ah!
Look, Lutikins, we have company. They must want to hear all about your courageous deeds.
Oh, but honey pumpkin, I'm busy with my memoirs. I can't be disturbed or I'll miss my deadline.
Now, we mustn't be rude. And look, they have a meet and greet ticket.
Oh, all right. Welcome to the official Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet event. Your once-in-a-lifetime chance to hear all the seafaring adventures of the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood. Straight from the legend himself. No food or drink permitted during the event. Please keep your hands and feet inside the mansion at all times. The Tri-Island authorities are not responsible for any loss of property, injury, or death incurred during the presentation. The legend begins right here on Melee Island, on the day of my arrival. The pirate leaders immediately recognized my natural talents. And so did Governor Marley, who was instantly swept off her feet. Unfortunately, there was one pirate who refused to acknowledge my obvious greatness, the ghost pirate LeChuck, who was also smitten with Elaine and spirited her away to the mysterious Monkey Island. Gathering a loyal crew and the finest ship available, I sailed in search of LeChuck's pirate lair. Having single-handedly concocted a powerful root beer to destroy ghost pirates, I cornered LeChuck and gave him the biggest spritzing of his afterlife. I kept the bottle. It's one of my most treasured possessions. Unfortunately, it's true what they say. You can't keep an undead, obsessive, vindictive, demonic sea scourge down. I had to tangle with LeChuck again before finally ridding the world of his evil once and for all. I returned to Monkey Island triumphant, married my beloved Elaine, and we set sail on our honeymoon. Then, why can't I remember? And what was with that weird fog anyway? Once everyone learned of my heroic deeds, they insisted I become governor of Melee Island. And that concludes your premium meet and greet session. Cheers! Thanks for stopping by. Oh, be sure to check out our exclusive merchandise. We have gifts for the whole family. Oh, and please, leave quietly. My wife is very, very sleepy.
Drop anchor, you barnacle-brained buffoons, and prepare to make laugh. There's treachery afoot. Well, what have we here? An unwanted intrusion into my masterful delusion. Threepwood always was pathetically easy to manipulate. Once I'd convinced him he was a mighty pirate hero, his raging ego made all this possible. So long as he believes he's the legend of Monkey Island, he'll never want to leave this place. And it's all thanks to this. Pirates on your precious sea of thieves practically tripped over themselves to deliver me this sword.
They couldn't wait to help their beloved pirate lord. It's not about the gold, it's about the glory. Oh, the Sea of Thieves is such a special place, where sickeningly sweet stories can last for all eternity.
And once this burning blade is restored, those waters will be mine to rule as I see fit. So you see, I really can't let you stand in my way. Fortunately, my skeletal shipmates have gotten mighty restless, keeping watch on Threepwood. I'm sure they'll take good care of you while I set sail for Monkey Island!
You'll pay for interfering. After him, boys! Ah!
won't let you leave.
Thanks to you, LeChuck has withdrawn, and Root Beer has rid this place of his evil influence. The power of Mojo can return at last. We have much to discuss, but I sense you may have unfinished business here on Melee Island. When you are ready to depart, return to me here. I shall be waiting.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
We almost died! Happy travels!
Things are certainly a lot friendlier now that those ghoulish guards are out of the picture. Maybe now we can get back to our circus training. Aye, one day we're hoping to present our troupe of trained animals. All we need to do is finish their training, start their training, and find some animals. How hard could it be?
I don't believe it. The governor's guards were LeChuck's crew this whole time. Well, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Pfft, no, we're seasoned pirates. We know how to handle a bunch of marauding skeletons. That's why we begged for mercy until they left us alone.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. Keep your hands off the display cases. I just polished them. Well, money's still money no matter what time. Besides, leaving you have no... Now, there was a time... Wait! That's no... Well, all my wares are right here on display, save for the reserve stuff. You don't suppose, and before you... Nice try.
the fanciest place on Melee Island. Before I could get inside to meet Elaine, I had to subdue a pack of piranha poodles. They're actually quite cute when they're sleeping.
That's Fresh Stock, a history book detailing the proud heritage of Melee Island and...
Ah, these docks sure are pretty. You get a great view of the ocean. From here, I can see the spot where Sheriff Shinetop tried to drown me. Oh, I remember my first visit to the Scum Bar. It was noisy, filthy, and I immediately felt like I was in mortal danger. The kind of place I always wanted to belong.